I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Management. Hope you're having a top morning. It has been a very, very good morning for me. Had a little extra sleep. Had to do some work in the wee hours of the morning. But, I have life. And so I refuse to complain when I have the goodness of life to celebrate. I hope you're doing likewise, celebrating the goodness of life. See, life is funny. There are many people who didn't make it through the night, and there are many who probably passed this morning. But we are here. Why should we complain? Why should we complain? When you complain about not having food, and next man is living on the streets. So be careful of what you complain about. As usual, want to welcome you all to the platform. Thank you for being here. And we're going to discuss some football as usual, even though the West Indies are under the pump against Pakistan in the first one-day international over there in Multan, Pakistan. West Indies made 305 and Pakistan look like they're going to knock that off without much of a challenge. Welcome to Tennessee, Tuffy Rudy, Eagle Republic, Big D Len, and all the other persons who are watching at this time. Before I big up and thank the sponsors, I want to share with you just a thought, and I hope you can extrapolate something from it that you can apply to your life to some benefit. It says this: when a bird is alive, it eats no ants. When the bird has died, ants eat it. One tree can be made into 1 million matchsticks, but only one match is needed to burn 1 million trees. Circumstances can change at any time. Don't devalue or hurt anyone in life. You may be powerful today, but time is more powerful than you. Don't devalue people or hurt people in life, because we may be powerful today, but time is more powerful than all of us. All right? So, want you to know that. Now, thanks to the sponsors, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Also, a big thank you to Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. As usual, we ask you to hit the like button, to subscribe to the platform if you have not yet, and stay a subscriber. To help the platform grow. Share the content if you believe that there is worth and value in it. Also, we have a call-in line, and so we'll have a segment where you can call in and express your thoughts and opinion as we reflect on the game that Jamaica played last night, where they won 3-1. Look to the possibility of playing Uruguay, and also look at the game against Mexico. Mexico, I'm understanding, should be in Jamaica in a couple of days for the game, and we're going to discuss some U20 football. I have a couple of updates that I want to share with you concerning the U20 team as they are in training and in camp, and there could be a game that is played, very good game that I would love for the JFF to probably make it open to the public and even collect $100 or $500, and the proceeds go towards the player. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. All right. But firstly, you would have, if you're following the newspaper articles, the print media, you would see that there is I read it yesterday. There is a 9.5 million Jamaican dollars severance payment that is supposed to be given to Mr. Dalton Wint, which would signal the ending of his contract, paying up his full contract with the Jamaica Football Federation. Now, I'm not as brilliant as some of you are. Some of you guys are super brilliant, unlike me. So I like to use gadgets, right? That's like, I think so. Based on my calculation, it is suggesting that he gets somewhere between 500,000 Jamaican to 600,000 a month. It is also suggesting that his payments are up to date. When you calculate the 18 months, because between now and right there, see, who is that? XLR8 Sports, 570,000. Yeah, a month. That's what he's presently getting. It is also suggesting that the possibility exists that all his monthly payment up to the 6th month of this year have been up to date. Very interesting why I raise that, because the players are saying that they have not paid, but this is suggesting that the General Secretary has been paid up to the 6th month of 2022. All right, so that's one thing that we are going to discuss. The second thing is that the under 20 boys are in training. The squad, if not today, by tomorrow, should be named. And there are 8 players who are not born in Jamaica, but they are legit Jamaican, just like all of us, who are a part of the final team or the final squad. All right. There are several others who came locally born and born overseas who did not make the squad. All right. So that's what's happening. There is also, and I think this is a good idea, that the U20 team could play the senior team in a practice game in preparation for the Mexico match, and I think it would be a good challenge for the U20 team heading into the tournament next week. I think it should be played a good venue, at a venue where spectators, you start advertising it today, where spectators can come in and contribute, say, $500. It may not be a lot, but I think it could help to offset some of the cost associated with the travel for the U20 team. And I know that there are persons, well-thinking Jamaican, who would pay $500 to see a game like that, or $1,000, because that's what we pay to see the Premier League game. So I think this is something that the JFF could quickly put together, play a practice game between the U20s and the senior team, charge $1,000 Jamaican as entry fee to see the game, and use that entry fee money to cover some of the expenses associated with the trip that the U20 team will be taking. All right. So I also want to get some feedback from you concerning that. Now, one player that up to today, I think he is not in the U20 team, and I find it, yeah, like I think it's not going to work, right? And the reason that I have been given is that the player has an ongoing injury that they are not confident, and the player is not confident as well, and the staff is not confident that he would be recovered enough to play for the duration of the tournament. And this player is Delano Splat. So up to this point, he's not in there. And it has nothing to do, from my understanding and my reports, to do with his quality or his attitude. It's more a concern about his injury. Of course, the Reggae Boys, they won yesterday 3-1. They defeated Suriname. Thought it was a good game. Jamaica had more possession than Suriname, more shots on target. Amal Knight, I think, made probably one save in the first half. Suriname didn't create a lot of opportunities. Ravel Morrison played well, Junior Fleming. So we're going to discuss some of those things, but I have joining me is Javan Parchment. He's here. He's from Unseen Sport. You know him very well. I see him wearing his I Am Sure Sport merch over there. Yeah, man. Shirt looking good, man.
Yeah, man. Real
Look like I should get one.
Yeah.
You're keeping it white and clean.
Yeah,
Look
man.
like the first time
You're wearing the wrong shirt today, and you must wear this.
Are we wearing the wrong shirt today?
Yes, you must wear this.
I got some good news about Arsenal. I was going to put on one of my I Am Sure Sports, but then I got some good
We
news.
have one in the box too, so it's okay.
Yeah, one
Two in
to
the
my
back.
right, one to my left. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so welcome. You heard the thing that I discussed, so let me know about. Let me heal up some of the persons and bring up some of your comments. Tennessee said, big up Mannings, man. Tuffy Rudy says, big up Mannings. Guys played a good game under circumstances. Let's keep supporting them. Eagle Republic says, up. Then he says, Mannings, man, what are the plans for the Uruguay game? All right, so we are going to get, so when this show is finished, we should get some information on the Uruguay game. If we do, I'll come back on later and give you some update. All right. Big up Jason Gona, Stefan Wright. Bless up, man. All right. This is AI3MS. Bless up. Michael Woodburn. Michael Woodburn just says so. Yes, so much the Gensec make. Yeah, 570,000 a month, and that does not include per diem when they travel. That settlement for Wint makes no sense. He was not terminated. He resigned his post. That's what I was asking yesterday, that when a person resigns, there's no guarantee that they get their entire payment because they resign. If they were fired, then you have to pay them up. But if the person resigned, I think under law, you're obligated, unless there's some other clause in the contract, to pay them their full salary up to 3 months. So I don't understand.
But
Why?
one.
Yeah.
The other persons, like the financial person in the financial department, such as the chairman and Mr. Reed, they don't know about the agreement, that was signed with the Gensec. So they can't report on the matter. They're like, they don't understand what is going on. So
that's part of the issue, because I don't think, like, the truth is, and this is very strange how things are with the national team, because there are parish presidents who don't know the terms of employment, and they have never seen the contract that is approved by the board that they're a part of before the general secretary was paid. So the contract was approved by the board, and board members who are the parish president don't know the terms of the work contract, the terms of employment, and they don't know, and they have never seen the contract. So it seemed like
it's signed,
sketchy business.
And it's signed by the president. So even in a problem right now,
yeah,
it's signed by the president.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What is signed by the president? What is signed by the president?
The letter where the 9 point something million. If you watch
yeah, man. I have the letter. So the letter is signed by the president. But what I'm saying though is that the bigger issue is, where is the contract that stipulates that this is how the resignation clause in the contract works? If somebody is a legal expert listening, you can tell us that. Labor laws and stuff like that. You can probably explain that, because shouldn't it be based on the terms in the contract, and what does the contract say on the matter?
Hey, what is, man? A lot of things come out now, more news every day, something new.
Yeah.
Every day something new.
Yeah, man. Respect, Roger. Yeah, but what else are you hearing and seeing? Tell us what you're hearing, man.
No, I'm not hearing more, but I say every day something come out new. So don't feel if you hear the president say resign or somebody else resign, because hey.
Yeah, listen, I don't show Rob the shirt, because Rob is asking if that's a picture of me on the shirt. Show him stand up and show him the shirt, man. Stand up, man. See it there? Yeah, see it there, Rob? It is an eye. It's an eye with a football in it.
Tough man, real lion, Rasta man can beat him.
Yeah, tell him that when they're on the street, man, the people
all right. So when I'm at school, like the students are crazy about the shirt also.
Yeah, man.
They love the shirt.
We have a big plan for merchandise coming up soon with some we're just working on a major little deal thing with you're gonna love it. So if you're an Arsenal fan, watch out. If you're a Manchester fan, watch out. If you're a Chelsea fan, watch out. I am sure sports gonna hit you with something super very soon on the merch side. Yeah, so I need to know how that whole money thing work out. So if somebody is a legal expert and you can explain it to us, then unless he's fired, I don't know, but it says resign.
But man, it's a whole heap of thing now, because you talk about courthouse and if the money not paid and everything.
No, I'm not saying that money should not be paid. I think money must be paid. The issue is, remember, Whitmore is being paid up. Vin Blaine and his coaching staff is being paid up. Busby, who is still on suspension, because remember, he wasn't fired because of the court situation. So he's being paid up.
You're sure about this?
Unless he was paid. Because there was no clause in his contract to say if there's an allegations against him, he will be dismissed. Unless they work out some settlement. Menzies was being paid. So all of these things, like there are so many persons, probably Jerome Waite, who has just been appointed the head coach at Wolmer's Boyz for the upcoming Manning Cup season. So he has moved from St. Diego to Wolmer's.
Oh, he moved from St. Diego to Wolmer's?
Yes, he's at Wolmer's now.
Wow.
See the same thing that I was talking about. So is it that Vin Blaine settled on an amount for the betterment of the football, and then the Gensec did a different? So all of these things I think needs to be outlined and explained to the people in a press conference. But people, I could see this we don't know,
Mario. Them said D-Line is can coach high school football, boss.
Yeah. Also, I mean, with the U20 team, I am seeing some things with flights, and I feel like plans have been made. So when you go on Google and check out some things, I can't fully verify them, but it does look like the round the world flights are what is going to happen. That's how it's looking. It's looking like the plan is to have around the world flights to get into the host nation for the tournament, which is not good. So I'm going to try to see if I can. I don't know, man. Management, all I can say is that this doesn't look good on the GFF part. Trust me. He has good legal grounds. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that he has to get. This is going to be so tough because remember, I don't know. You're right, Stefan, right? But I need somebody in the legal field who understand the labor law to kind of explain that to me. If a poor performance, you still have to pay them. He wasn't fired though. He resigned. The man left Jamaica, citizen, stuck in a foreign country. That's a cause for termination. But what did the person? Because the person from the travel agency did speak, and it does appear that it wasn't. This thing is getting more and more confusing.
What the travel agency people say?
They were basically saying it wasn't because I don't know who was supposed to pay. They didn't. All right, so they were supposed to travel back to Jamaica with the Suriname team, but they didn't pay for the flights. They didn't pay over the money. So the people, without them knowing, sold the seats. So when they were not ready to pay for the seats were taken. And so that is how the stock thing came about. Big up Balakar, Anthony Mack, bless up. One Dan says, man, is how you sell merchandise and you're not wearing them. Get him?
Well, we Arsenal shirt.
Then what? Watch here. Every time I come on, the merchandise is here. I wear them when I go out on the street, and I normally have on one, you know. Always every week I put on merch, man. Don't
It
worry.
make
Next
it
week,
make it make Ansi Sports a beating.
it's next week. Every day you're gonna see me in different. I am sure merch. You understand me? Unseen go take. Unseen. Somebody saying you need to go take over St. Diego. Unseen.
Times that he likes to cash coach elite high school football.
Big up Karumi. Man is man. Signing the win check. It's faster than Ricketts has ever done. It's the fastest thing he has ever done. Oh,
Same sign it already?
I don't think so. I think that has to go through the board. No, sir.
But man is man, you know you already know the board come on to this now. Maybe a courthouse is now, you know.
Yeah, all right. This is saying that man is what happened with Busby's case is that he would probably get a percentage until his case is closed. Just like interdiction. If he wins the case, he should be paid retroactively. That's what I'm saying. Even he's probably still being paid. It's crazy.
Them supposed to
Maybe
get
not
paid.
his full salary, but probably a part of his salary.
Get a percentage. So if Vin Blaine get paid?
They have to be paid, of course. And his staff. They have to be paid. You can't listen.
So the staff include the goalkeeper coach, which is
Anybody who was removed from their position must be paid money. I don't know how long. Remember that was part of the thing with Whitmore. They wanted Whitmore to. This is funny because remember, Whitmore was fired. But apparently there were negotiations to settle at a lower amount. So if this is no problems, you know, because listen, people, if Whitmore get wind that the general sec will be compensated his full salary, though he resigned and Whitmore was fired and is seeking settlement problems.
Problems, man. Courthouse business. Poor JFF.
Yeah, champ the case pay the man, good riddance. Yeah. But that's one thing. But yeah, let me see. I need to make one text message, try to see if we can get some chat. But we have to get a chartered flight for these youngsters.
So what's the plan? What's the plan the JFF have for them?
Based on what I'm seeing online, it looked like different players will be traveling through different places at different times. Like, I know that there's going to at least be one trip to Panama with some players. So I don't know the percentage of players who will be going X, Y, and Z. The under-20 team is leaving next week.
So they're gonna reach in time, right?
Yeah, everything is scheduled for them to leave in time, but they arrive on different days. And they go through different roads to get there. Management, when you read that a while ago, me have to point out my phone and shout, point at my phone.
Corruption.
Yeah, but think about it for real. Think about it, military Guna. Right? Remember, part of the issue with Coach Theodore Whitmore, right, is that Whitmore was fired. And generally when people are fired, they get the full payment. Right, Unseen?
Right.
All right. Now somebody resigned from the job. He's getting the full salary, 9.5 million. This sounds like Usain Bolt, 9. It's exactly 9.58 million, you know, Usain Bolt record.
500,000 a month.
I was actually going to name the video Wint or Bolt, who got 9.58.
But I shall name it. Sell off.
You know, because we're going to talk about also Wint and Usain Bolt, but it's really 9.58 million, you know. Isn't Usain Bolt record 9.58? The 100 meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
9.58? Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. That's what I was actually going to name the video.
We can do an next video with that.
So here it is. Here it is that, like I said, one man was fired, and when you're fired, listen, all the people getting paid. Whitmore, Vin Blaine and his coaching staff, Busby, now Dalton Wint. Remember part of the letter that the players wrote? They said that though we have not been paid for a few months now, we still accepted the call. So this is also, like I said, suggesting that he has been paid in full up to the 6th month of this year. So I don't know. Big up MG Sports. Hey, me and MG Sports meet up, you know, at Draxal in the Unseen. You know the first thing the man said to me? MG Sports said to me, "Man, this man, you never know see I say you're short." I said, brother, I'm in a short, me taller than you. I want to say.
And the two body the policy right there.
Then I say, the man say, anyone knows you're so short. Then the man go on and say, no, the man say, yeah, you know, cause me and me coach means it to you know, man. Me say the man short. That's what the man said. Big up military go there. Yeah, that's what he said on the Sabi at Draxal.
Good vibes, man. Good vibe with the choreography.
Yeah, man. Next out is Rickett Speed, Gainer Anderson, and with football stand a chance. All right. Yeah, man. Bless up, Coach Minzy. I see.
Why the money was that? Why the money in the speed case? I don't understand. Why the speed case?
Listen, here's the thing. So it's not a straight flight then, money. No, all right. So I'm going to get back to the speed thing, but I would not be surprised if before September of this year, several persons don't resign the GFF, including Speed. I would not be surprised. I think people are the whole thing. I think, and I also believe that there are not many people who are going to want to take up post in the federation. So I'm looking to see, because I think there's going to be a domino effect. This is just my opinion. So this is not like facts that are out there. And this is me. I believe that by September, other persons are going to leave the federation. Other high-ranking members are going to leave the football landscape. What happens from there, I don't know. All right? Yeah, but...
Remember, one is one that the Ministry of Sports said that they want a report on what is going on, because they hear about all of the things that will happen.
Yeah.
And you have somebody in the technical committee who can get those information.
Yeah. But let me also say this, right? That so up to today, it's not a straight flight, because remember, there's no straight flight from Jamaica to Honduras. The only flight, like I said it yesterday, the only flight is a flight from Montego Bay that has up to today now, it has like 4 seats. And I don't think those seats are booked by members of the Jamaica Football Federation. How they are going to get into Honduras, if you look at flight plans and travel plans, is they would have to go into Panama. And the flights out of Panama into Honduras, when you get to Panama, if you go to Miami to Panama, or if you fly by Copa to Panama, there is a 2-day layover before you go into Honduras. So that's one option. That's one. What I'm saying, that's what one option there. So there's going to be some go to places, stay places. So if they go to Panama, where in Panama are they going to stay? Because they're going to have to keep the players somewhere in Panama for 2 days. They can't stay in the airport. So when you look at the travel plans out there, the best thing to do is to get a chartered flight. And so we have persons working on that, because my thing still is, you may not like how things are, but if there's a way that we can help to solve the issue, then that is what I want to do.
I think maybe we have to write a letter to the ministry.
Well, we're doing email. We're trying to reach out by email. We did try to make some phone calls, and didn't have much luck. So we're using email.
I just link Chris Williams, man.
Yeah.
Man's man.
Yes.
Just link Chris Williams.
Yeah. But I mean, you know that. I mean, they said that so Dalton Wint, that Dalton Wint got the money already.
The 9.5 million.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he got the check already.
Yeah.
Well, let me say it this way: the check has been signed already. So I don't know but the check was signed. So I'm not sure if he got the check, but the board apparently didn't know that the check was already signed.
And the check was signed by the president.
Yes.
And the board signature is not on it, or it's a generated thing.
No, well, I don't know if the board maybe they have checks where sometimes when you have different signatories, you may have one person can be enough to sign,
right?
Or maybe you have checks where some persons have signed already. So this, if that has happened, this would be record. This would be record payment. I have an attorney calling, so let's hear from. Hey,
what's up? My name's Juan.
Hey, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the show.
Me?
You get a big coach at your school, man.
Yeah, man.
I hear that.
Old boy.
I hear that you're just employed.
Welcome. Yeah. Do a good job.
Yes. Yeah. He's a good coach, though. So you guys should do good. And you had a good team last year, just a young team. So let's see.
Right. I guess my concern is, whether or not we will have, we will add players like some other schools who during the season or pre-season, it's like we need to start a transfer market when it comes to Manning Cup. I don't know to what extent Ulmers will join that arms race. I know that we've gotten players in the past, but certainly we are not as dedicated to that as some others have been. And I'll go call the name.
Mine's one.
So we'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
Tell him that is not so easy again.
Unseen Sports says it's not so easy again.
All right. Well, that
the quota system. The quota system.
Because there's a quota system that they have instituted about how many transfer players that can be used per season if they didn't come in from like first form.
Well, you know what? I actually think that's a good thing. They need some kind of regulation and order. So that's a good thing. But as you said before, Coach Wait is a good coach. And whether or not we have anybody coming in, the young team from last year should improve under him. So, I'm glad that he will be coming back to the Hero Circle.
Okay.
So that's his old school?
The Hero Circle.
Yeah. And Jerome Wait went to Ulmers.
Never know.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You didn't know that?
He'll be coming back home.
Yeah, man.
To the Hero Circle.
Yeah.
I think that Charles Smith was in his old school,
No, man. But I know you didn't call about that, Neo, so go ahead and see what sort of insight. I see somebody here saying that sometime, I think severance pay is only required for cases of redundancy. Severance pay for redundancy is calculated at 2 weeks pay per year for the first 10 years of service, and after increasing to 3 weeks pay per year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with them. This wouldn't be severance pay, right? My general understanding of it is that if you resign, then you basically forfeit your right to whatever pay is left under your employment contract.
That's what I'm.
Right?
That's how I thought it goes.
Right. So that when he resigned and he did so, I mean, people will say, well, them force him to resign or whatever. I'll get to that. But when you resign, you basically forfeit your claim to whatever was under your employment contract. You can't resign and end your contract and then at the same time insist on the terms of those contracts. You understand? So that's not the case. However, because of the circumstances under which he resigned, right? He may allege, and his attorney may allege, that he was wrongfully terminated, and the Jamaica Football Federation may look at the circumstances and say, you know what, there is a plausible claim here for wrongful termination, and therefore we should sit down with him and come up with a settlement where he will promise, based on that settlement, not to pursue legal action against the federation.
Okay, so they could have
Right.
had that disco. Yeah, well, okay.
And then the third issue is that, no, just how strong his claim might be. So people are saying, well, there are newspaper articles and discussions by the travel agent saying, well, it may not have even been Mr. Wint's fault,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. So there are conflicting stories there about his culpability for the logistical issues. However, all of us will recall, and everybody who has been asked, they have said that he has been involved or connected to logistical issues in the past. You understand? And so that this, even when you listen to the president speak, it sounded as if it was the straw, the last straw that breaks the camel's back. You understand?
But if they don't have any of those things on record, though, Neo, because if you never have written warnings on those things on the person's file, how are you going to say it is a last straw? How are you going to prove that in the court of law?
Well, I mean, look, people can testify because they were there. You don't have to. Look, they're in Jamaica. I don't practice in Jamaica. I don't know if there are other labor board related requirements when you want somebody to go. But I don't even think that would apply under these circumstances because, I mean, he's resigning. They didn't fire him. So they wouldn't have violated any labor relations board issue. He resigned. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm not quite sure that would be an issue. However, though, as I said before, depending on how strong they think his case might be, they might offer him a settlement. And then the third, of course, the other issue too is, they might want to give him a golden parachute for other reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Meaning, he may go to the press and tell his side of the story, which may damage the reputation of the federation. They may also say, well, listen, we want you to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And he says, well, listen, I in order for me to agree to signing this kind of non-disclosure agreement, you're going to have to increase the amount of money you're going to give me, in the settlement. So, so there, it really depends on a whole bunch of different factors, right? Or, as some people suggest, President Ricketts and Mr. Wint are longtime friends, and there are political issues at stake because, he has influence in his parish, and if he's forced out unceremoniously, then, so that vote gone. So there are a whole bunch of different factors involved here. But, as I said before, if you resign, you basically forfeit your claim to what you would get under your employment agreement because you're the one who is breaking it. nevertheless, they can offer him a settlement depending on, different variables.
Yeah. See, Champ Deck saying that the vice president is the person who operates the travel agency. But on one of those talk show programs, sports talk show program this morning, you know that the host was talking about how he got a text mistakenly, but we know he didn't get it mistakenly between the president and the general sec, basically suggesting that, hey, listen, man, as long as me get my money, just give me my money, I'm gonna go about my business, basically.
Are you think that?
Well, I mean,
yeah, that is it. Yeah, that is the crux of the text. Just give me my money, and so that is how it has been reported in some circles that the check was actually signed by the president, given to him, and that is how the resignation became official, because he wanted his money first.
Well, I mean, I never surprised. I'm not surprised. Look, I don't know how true that is. I cannot confirm or deny that. But I think that there are people, past presidents and current Parish Association head, commented in the Jamaican Observer this morning about the whole issue. No secret that that things are not being run the right way in the federation. I think the Parish Association president went so far as to say that there is a president is involved with the travel agency or something to that effect, right? And unfortunately, it doesn't really, the appearance is don't look good. Yeah. You understand? Because it looks like everybody is in it to earn money for themselves, and that the interest of the national team and the players might not even be secondary. It might be the third thing or the fourth thing on the line of what they're trying to accomplish and why they're there in the federation. So, that perception is out there, and it is tragic that really is the case, but it is also tragic that appearance, is allowed to continue and exist in the public space.
Yeah, interesting times. I think this need to be dealt with expeditiously. And I'm telling you, but it is not good. I mean, just like people are, because many people again say are of the strong opinion and say that they can prove it, that the travel agency is operated or co-owned or fully owned by a vice president within the ranks of the GFF as well, which could be a conflict of interest. And maybe he should if this is the case, then what is his role in all of this mishap?
And it goes back to the other issue is when you have a last minute purchase of tickets and the prices become inflated because you're purchasing the tickets at the last minute, right? The tickets are more expensive, and that when you buy more expensive tickets, it increases the commission the travel agent makes.
Oh, wow, you see all these things. Yeah, right, because the ticket price would be higher. But here's what is funny though, right? If the mishap is so bad, the travel agency come out and basically says it is not really his fault. Why you wouldn't use a different travel agency now?
Well, and the additional question is, why would the travel agency throw him under the bus? They're earning money.
Yeah, but if you put yourself under the bus when citizens or footballers from the national team were left in a country, you shouldn't be planning any more travels.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying to you, when the travel agent comes out and defends him, the travel agent is saying, listen, this man is good for business. I don't want him gone. Because every time he buy the ticket at the last minute or cut the check for the ticket at the last minute, instead of buying $1,000 ticket, you buy a $5,000 ticket, and my commission does increase by fivefold, right? Now, I mean, listen, I don't know if that's exactly what's happening. All I'm saying is the repeated logistical errors, which inflate the cost of tickets, would benefit the bottom line of a travel agent, right? So, as you said, there are lots of questions raised, and as discussed in the Jamaican Observer article, right? The Parish Association, I keep on forgetting, Carvel Stewart was his name?
Yeah, Carvel.
Is his name? I can't recall.
He's just part of Kasafa, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, what he discussed in that article, right? If everybody should read it.
Yeah.
It is very revealing.
But here's what. So yesterday on my show, I contacted 2 presidents, our Parish Association presidents, and their response was, 1, they have been asking for the terms of employment for the General Secretary since his appointment, though it is a board approved, hired by the president, but board approved, and they have not gotten it. And they have also asked for his salary. What does he earn? And up to yesterday, they have not received those things.
So what get paid?
From his, well, I like the board don't. I need to find who is it, because the board don't really pay. Does the board pay the staff of the JFF?
Well, listen, I think the board will have to, I think, vote on to approve those type of payments, right? Or there might be the finance, committee or whatever it is. But certainly, if the board wants access to it, I cannot imagine any circumstances under which the board of directors would not have access or be denied access to information like.
Well, they're saying that they don't know what the terms of employment are.
Right, and what I'm saying is, assuming what they're saying is true, that they cannot obtain it, right? That is improper. They should be able to obtain that. That doesn't make any sense. They should be able to obtain that information. There were interviews by people who were off the island. I think Mr. Chung, who is the
chairman.
Chairman of the finance committee.
Right. And, a lot of people talk very highly about him, and I am not saying otherwise, but he himself is saying that he doesn't really have a lot of information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the people who you believe approve stuff don't have the information. So where is it? Is it that there's all of these things are done on word of mouth?
To me, everything will get covered up.
Was it gentleman's agreement?
I listen. I can't believe that because gentlemen at the very least.
Yeah, but gentleman's agreement are real things that can be taken in court. We had a gentleman's agreement, so maybe that's what they have.
I know you. No, you don't call it a gentleman's agreement. It's an oral contract.
An oral contract,
right?
So
right. Oral contracts are enforceable. However, employment contracts have to be written because of the duration. There is a rule. What is the rule called? Right? But the point is, employment contracts have to be in writing because it's for a certain amount of money and a certain amount of time, and therefore it has to be written. Yeah. Right? So something like that couldn't be an oral contract. And furthermore, I can't imagine that if you're getting $570,000 a month, that you
we're losing a little bit, Neil. We're losing you, Neil. Yeah, we're losing you. You're breaking up. Let's see if we can
Why
steal.
I give him trouble?
Yeah, it sounds like he's mobile.
Someone is man. Based on what me I hear. To me, they are covering up the information. They don't really want to get let out things on the press because it hard to try to understand why the chairman, why the person at the financial department don't have these information and money is involved. Eh?
Please leave your message.
You tell me unseen. I don't know.
Money is involved and nobody knows.
And you're the head of finance. And
And you have head of finance, right? But I will tell you this, man is man. Peter Reid, same name. Peter Reid was the president of St. Catherine FA, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. When Peter Reid leave power from St. Catherine FA, St. Catherine football was in shambles,
That's before Miss Brown took.
Yeah. Miss Brown have to do a lot of stuff to try to set it straight and get people to come on board and a whole heap of things.
Whoa. Lots of things. We don't even get to the game yet. We don't even get to the game yet. Yeah, caller was trying to call, but we're not getting through.
Hello?
Oh, jeez. Call. Yeah. All right. Some person are saying that we should investigate the travel agency. Let's take this call. Yes, caller. Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Good afternoon. Me just said I call in because some new stuff, some new information come out recently regarding the after the removal of Mr. Wint.
Caller, you want to give us your name that you go by? What can we call you?
Just call me Roy.
Roy. All right, Roy. Simpson?
Yeah. No, not Simpson.
It's your
but it's easier. But just call me Roy, so see?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So pretty much what it looks like, we're gonna be in a bad situation all over again because the board has secretly moved to they decided they're gonna get rid of Paul Hall because he sided with the players, and with that kind of mindset, it's just really showing us that they don't really care about what the fans think, and they don't really care about the team going anywhere as far as the team progressing and winning any major tournament. They don't really care about that because if they get rid of Paul Hall now, we're gonna have to start all over again. In addition to that, not only are they gonna get rid of Paul Hall, they're gonna get rid of most of the players that we already have. Players that are in good form. And it's just really frustrating because them getting Wint out, and after everybody gets rid of Wint, we're starting to find out that it wasn't really Wint fault for the recent mishap where the players then end up getting stuck. So I'm not going to say this publicly. You see, the one when I'm Bruce Gainer, he needs to step far away from Jamaica's football because you see them man there, him not care about Jamaica progress. Him not care about the youth them really want to make it far in a football. Them man they just care about them pockets. Bruce Gainer needs to steer far from football. Far away. And that come from me personally.
All right. Here your comments, sir. But what I'll say, I know that Paul Hall said that after the game last night, he would speak. He just wanted the fans to come out. I cannot verify anything about him leaving the job and players being dismissed. I know that there is even but I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
me understand the part there. What I'm saying is the board secretly, if them with them buddy friend or friend business, them decide to them all get rid of Paul brother. If Paul leave based off his own reason, we can understand that as the fan.
Oh, I see what
But
you mean.
if the
I see what
board
you mean. Decide that they want to
yeah,
get
that's
rid of
what I
him.
mean.
Oh. No, but I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
Listen.
they secretly decide. Yeah.
Yeah, what I will say is this. Listen, given the present, especially on the back of the game last night, and the players, because it came out in the public domain that Paul Hall, and this is a quote from the president, that Paul Hall made a decision, because this is the president's quote in the newspaper article, that Paul Hall's position of resignation was him in solidarity with the players. No, there is no, at this point, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be very difficult, almost untenable, for the federation to remove Hall if he wants to stay, or to remove players if Hall wants them, because one, who is going to come in? Two, that will only turn more people against them.
Yeah, me understand it, man, but them not care how much people get turned against them, because it's like if that's their plan to get rid of him, right? If Paul Hall, if them decide to get rid of him, and then put somebody else in there, whoever comes in is gonna want to bring his own players, and then we also have to bear in mind that whenever they hire a specific coach, you always have somebody on whisper in our background and I say, yo, bring this player and bring this player and bring this player.
True.
So that's pretty much the point I was trying to make, because once if them push out Paul, the new person with them bringing team set of players, in addition to a set of players that a couple man are whisper to send him there. See? So that's what made us say.
Yeah, respect your point still, but I will investigate. Like I said, I mean, I have not heard of the reports that, of plans to remove Hall.
I know you haven't heard, and that is because it's supposed to be a secret. But I'm just putting it out there. You're not gonna really see what's going on until quick up the show. You see, once we qualify for World Cup, you will see after we qualify for World Cup, you will see the type of move the JFF are going to make, because it's a waiting game for them now. Them just a wait to qualify for World Cup, and then they make them move. That's pretty much what they're planning.
Because more money in the Gold Cup.
All right, but all right. So what? But if we qualify for the Gold Cup, so what do we? How far are we from qualifying for the Gold Cup? Because we're not really close.
Yeah, we're not close, but basically, we can get to World Cup. If you think about it, we already draw one time. We win the last game. We can beat Mexico at home. One win against Mexico should put us in second place in the group, and that's automatic qualification for Gold Cup. So that's why I'm say after those two games, based on our performance, that's when JFF are gonna make them move.
Oh no, it will be based off of this game, because isn't the second game in Mexico is in the next window?
Yeah, but may I say
Okay,
after the home game and away game, we should be in second place in the group. Automatic qualifier. So
okay.
After those two games, those two games, around that time, them all make them move. But all may I say is, like me said, man like our Bruce Taylor needs to take care of himself, and if them really decides to go ahead with the secret plan, where they want to get rid of people when a lie out to them, basically sell out the football to the pocket.
Right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to.
It's a turnout, bud.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks, Carl. I'm going to I'm going to make a phone call to the leaker to see if he has this information, because somebody is reporting that the leader said it on a next channel. So I'm going to call the leaker.
Yeah, man, him said it in the group this morning.
He said it in the group. Well, I want to hear it from his own mouth. So Connecticut, man, bless up.
Oh
yeah, man. Thanks for the call. All right, people. So let's see if we can we're gonna call the leader to see if we're gonna call the leaker and find out. Okay, so basically TikTok, you're saying that we qualify already, unless Suriname can get points from. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Quick question.
You're live on air, you know.
I'm Rocket. A good thing you tell me, you know. I almost said something. No, sir. Hey, don't do that, you know, man. You know?
No, but you just start talking. Me call you, and you're going to tell me quick. Years. So I call you, you're going to say to me, quick.
Question.
Go on, talk now. Go on, talk. At least I know what I can and I cannot say.
Yeah,
Go on.
I call you, so you have to give me my chance to say what I say. I might call this, not your call.
Leader. Go when man is man call you answer your phone so quick, and when me call you answer your phone so quick.
I just that I'm not. To be honest, most time I don't notice. I don't notice that. Sometimes some people just fortunate. Group that I farmed the other day, it makes things so difficult. I might like a piece of phone. Hey, I'm gonna have to step up the phone thing, man, because the charger run out every. No, man. I can't stay in that group, man. I can't lead that group at all. That's too much for the leader. What's happening now?
The people are saying that, why me tell you say you're live, we should make you say what you say first, and then we tell you.
No, sir, you don't want to hear what I was going to say. No, sir. I was going to call, no. I was going to tell you something, but I have to tell you that now. No, man. No, good thing you stop me. No.
All right, let's get to the meat of the matter. Your name has been attached to a statement that I want to verify, and the statement is that the board members had some meeting, a secret meeting that nobody knows about, but somehow the leader found out that there may have been discussions about relieving the coach of his duties.
Yes, because of the solidarity that the coach took with the players. Yes. Yes, I said, and I gave the reason, because of the solidarity, not on the performance of the coach, you know. Because so far, as I said, he has been building gradually. This is the first.
Somebody cut off Maxwell.
I want your line, man. Your line, I cut the man.
I called the man directly, and his phone cut off. So maybe his phone is not used to so many messages and stuff. It's overheating. Battery probably dead.
It's a flip phone. See with you
a flip phone? Like, hello, Moto. What are them phone there?
What are them phone there? Sliver.
Whoa, why am I doing that, man?
I joke.
All right, let me see what I can. Let me see. Okay, he's saying that I should send him the link. Probably being battery dead. So let's send him the link so he can join and see what we can get. Yeah, look like his battery died.
But one is one. Yes, here were the two persons that want put in for the genset.
Tell us, man. You reveal it when you have the information. Reveal it, no, man.
But me remember the other one. There's one from Kasafa and one who was a part of the RSPL. But them they have something with them they did farm for the club then. Andre Price.
Yeah.
Andre Price, and there's somebody in Kasafa who they want. What you know, my choice is Chris Williams or Manningsman.
If you do it, Gensec.
Presidency. That's how I put it.
So what they're saying is that this is what I said to people. So this person from Kasafa, will they bring any changes?
That's my problem, because Kasaf have them problem too.
I don't know how these appointments come in. You understand me? Sir?
Hey, this come like super bro. Both are beautiful.
So what's the name of the person? You get the name?
Andrew Price was one, and there's somebody from. Let me see if I can find it and play and get it. So get this up now and play it. Hold on. So no, and I mean EST with the names. And them say it out the company news, you know.
Okay. We have a caller. Yes, caller. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Yes, man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, man. A lot of noise in the background.
Yeah, man. I'm the person who you always call the troublemaker, you know?
Yeah. I don't call anybody troublemaker, man.
Yeah, man. You say I'm a troublemaker, man. Even one of the time you said, boy, me send you some message and bet you Google me have to look for to read if you get to know the words.
Oh, you know, I don't even know. Sometimes it's just banter because I try to figure out who we are talking to though. Okay, we pick it up. Jesus.
Yeah, man, RDN, man.
RDN TV. RDN TV will say that me hear them chaos and we need them knock. Big up yourself. All right,
anyway,
go
what I want to do still, I'm not going to talk about content. I just want to congratulate you. The coverage of the game last night was wonderful.
Oh.
I mean, yes, that's true. But they are saying I saw that thing and me not get the coverage.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like you do it like it was a radio station last night, man.
Yes. Thank you, man. You have a lot of noise in your background, man.
Yeah, I'm at work. I keep I'm at work. So I just want to congratulate and the coverage of the game last night. And
respect, man. Respect RDN TV. Thanks for the call. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that a whole lot. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, man. That's RDN TV for you. Yeah, man. Leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let me just make it clear, right? It's not coming out of any board meeting, okay? Right? So I just want to make that clear.
Yeah. All right, let me just take this call and tell the caller to hold on. Yes, caller, Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, just hold on because leader making a point and I don't want him to lose his thoughts. So just
man.
Go ahead, leader.
Let me just step on the line and go and listen.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Okay, here now. The whole thing is coming from the Dalton Wint issue, where there was an issue before which had come to an head where Wint had an issue, wanted to play the Uruguay game, right?
Right, remember that story, yes.
Right, that is basically where the thing is coming from. I don't know anything about any meeting, right? Can't say anything about any meeting when anything like that was discussed. I don't know about that. What I can say, right, was that coming out of the issue where there was definitely a lot of bad vibes with the players. Everybody know that is public. And Paul Hall, as a former player who has been through the thing and a coach who has attached himself so far and had been able to have gotten the best out of this crop of players so far, both local born and overseas born set of Jamaican players, right? So the issue is that it's rumored that the JFF is not too pleased about players, right? Because remember, you know, technically he's part of management, you know, right?
Yeah.
So he's a part of any organization you have. the management really can't stand, not supposed to stand with the workers, So that is where, basic labor organization type thing, you have where they're not too pleased of him taking that stance. And we have had issues before in the past where we have seen people that are supposed to be more in a managerial context taking the side of the workers, right? So that now, as there are people within the JFF that are not pleased about it.
Pleased about him standing up with the players are...
No, not pleased about him standing up with the players at all. Plus, the fact that the JFF was supposed to have benefited tremendously from the Uruguay game.
So the game is off officially
one
now?
of the people that... Sorry?
The game is off officially?
I can't say on that.
All right. So,
can't
hold that thought, Maxwell, because we still have Jermaine online. So let him share his views and then we can go on. Go ahead, Jermaine.
Oh, yeah, big man. We just have a couple points I'm not going to pick with you because I see you doing some good stuff. I hear you talking about the charter flight and all that, right? But I remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about players getting their passport and getting the paperwork, sort out. And I brought up something about, and this is what every Jamaican needs to hear. A matter of fact, every Caribbean people, during the Windrush time, right? So, and this is serious, important, right? Theresa May, she was in power before
Boris Johnson.
Yeah. And she stepped down. When she was Labour Secretary, right? She put a harsh law in, just like with Trump and the way you call it over here. It was a secret plan. They were destroying a lot of documents of people that came over during the Windrush time because they know they were going to start to deport people.
Right.
That's when a lot of people start to... Yes, that's when a lot of people... I look for them, try to find someone so they can't find it. That is where we come in now because the JFF, they move so slow. So I'm saying this to you because I hear you bring up the point about the airplane thing yesterday, right? So, hello?
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. We're hearing
So
you.
if you ever hear of anybody have an issue with that, right? This needs to come at Jamaica right away, and people, at Jamaica start to look up, ask about this period, because the reason why I bring this up, I was listening to Mr. Speed a few months ago, and he was basically saying that the players is on their own. You know what I mean? You as a 17-year-old don't know your great-grandparents, right? And you don't know nothing, right? It's hard for you. We can't just turn our back on them like that, right? They need our help because it's not easy. Right?
Yeah, I
you
don't, was he like sometimes I'm not defending, but I'd prefer to know the context in which he said the players are.
Let me give you the context.
Yeah, that
I'm gonna give you the context of exactly what happened. I'm gonna give you what happened. So it was a thing, where a guy was asking him why it takes so long for people to get them paper, and he was basically saying that senior players, not just senior players, anybody who wants to get in the JFF. And he was saying it's modern times now. You can go find this form and fill out a passport on this and that. Filling out a passport is not the problem.
Yeah.
Man is man. Me come from Jamaica, right? And I make sure my children know which part me come from. I make sure they know which part them grandparents come from. That I'm over here. There's a lot of kids, what do you call it?
Jamaican descent. Yeah.
Jamaican background. And they don't know where their parents come from. They don't know where their father come from. They don't know nothing. Right? So when Mr. Speeder say, blah, 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 this is not the way to go about it. It just sounds like just throw them out. No. Let us mold them in. Let us help them. And it's not something easy if you don't know your parents, you don't know your grandparents, but you know you're from that partner, right? You don't know anything. So it's not just something, so this is a lot of failure right there. It's not just on him, but that come out of his mouth that they expect us to do everything. I understand that part. You can't expect them to do everything, but if you really want this player, and you say, okay, I don't know my grandparents, I don't know my great-grandparents, but I know my mom. She, her mom was from so-and-so. And if the mom can't give a passport, and if they can go say, okay, my grandparents,
But the truth is, Ian,
was from that.
Sorry, the truth is, Jermaine, let me tell you what I have come. Because there are some persons out there, and sometimes how the work is done, it's kind of complicated, but at the end of the day, it gets done. Let me tell you what, because there, and what I think we need to do, and I think some of this is in the making, is to be more intentional and strategic. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. You have like an Ian Campbell who is very instrumental in this, a Devon Porter, very instrumental in this. I think just as private citizens, that one of the things we need to do, like persons like Ian, Mr. Porter, and other persons out there, I'm just calling those two names because they have been good help in the process of documentation for players, is to have these two persons and others try to eliminate the, and I said this when we were trying to get the tickets, try to eliminate the excuses the federation will have. So if we can,
Beautiful.
and that is what we are doing. We are saying that, listen, if there's a ticket issue, we are going to get the tickets so they don't have no excuse. If it is the paperwork in terms of citizenship, we are going to help the players, because here's the thing, we want to make sure that they have
Put it away.
we want to make sure that they have no excuse in terms of player selection, because at the end of the day, you know, if we come on and say, listen, them mean the football no good, and we mean the football good, then we need to do what we need to do.
Yes.
So if I'm not going to sit here and wait on a reformation or a transformation of the federation, if I have it in my power to do things to bring about meaningful change. And I think there needs to be a mobilization of the intellectual capital of persons in the space with the resources to get some of these things done.
Yes. But it was not being done. You know, I mean, there's people actually, you know, I drag them foot on it, you know, drag them foot on it. To this day, you know, we do not know if this guy named the Mario Gray got his papers. We don't know. We don't know if he's gonna come on board, right? So you know, you keep on hearing, and then you hear it's a passport issue, it's a this issue, that issue. Anyway, I will touch on the next topic, you know, real quick. I was talking to you, I think it was yesterday, and we were talking about cleaning up, you know what I mean, JFF, and we were talking about the parish councils, right?
Parish president.
And you're saying
parish president.
Yeah, parish presidents. Yeah, there I go again. And you said St. Anne have shown some improvement. But I want to bring you back to my childhood, because I'm Kingstonian and also, you know, from Manchester. When I was growing up in Manchester in the 80s, I'm from, South Manchester. There was no football being played, right? It was only cricket and track and field. And when I moved back to Kingston, that's when I see football. I don't know nothing about no ball, right? And every time I come back to country, no football not play in that particular part, right? And for years, right, there was no football, right? I get to understand that Mr. Wint, he was the what do you call it?
Parish president
of Manchester.
And was a part of Mile Gully.
You tell me now. You tell me. How is football in Manchester over the last 30 years? The school and the club, I think there's a club called Los Perfectos in high school. Be honest.
Yeah, but
how is football in Manchester?
Mile Gully was in the Premier League as well. They have a team down there.
For how long?
Listen, I really don't know. Because I'm, you know, I can't tell you that, but I know they had those teams. They have teams always, like Downs is from Manchester. They always have teams in the playoff to get to the Premier League. The Manchester High School normally does well in the Doncaster Cup. I even don't know the schools in Manchester really, so I would not be able
the school from St. Elizabeth and Clarendon, they run circles around them, right? The clubs from Clarendon, they run
a lot of people, what I've heard, because like Christopher Wright, who runs a team in Manchester, as well. He's one of the right. He runs. I think Downs are New Green. What they say is that a lot of even players who used to play for Clarendon and they play for schools in St. Elizabeth. A lot of them are on the outskirts of Manchester, because Manchester have good youth competitions. So though Manchester High School may not do well, there are Manchester players who are doing well. But Manchester has never been a footballing.
But they have to go outside of Manchester, right, to find it. That's my point.
What he's saying though is
there's nothing being developed.
Yeah, man. But what he's saying is that at the youth level, they get developed. But so you are right, But that is the same problem right across. Right across
the whole island.
Right, but I can't.
St. Thomas, same thing.
Yeah, I don't know Manchester. You understand me? From Manningsville Road. You understand me? You understand me? So I don't know. I don't know Manchester. And that is the truth. So I couldn't tell, but I know that there was a time when Lux Perfectus, like I said, run by Tony James, who was the president of the GFF, he was doing well. And Lux Perfectus was in the league for a very long time. Mile Gully had a big team one time with even Nathaniel Barnes and those guys. But after,
there you go.
Yes, after that though, I don't think a team from Manchester has played in the Premier League.
But Manchester. Hold on.
Go ahead, Jermaine.
So this is my point I'm saying, if we're going to change the structure of football in Jamaica, right? JFF out, it doesn't solve anything, because if the grassroots now develop, right, around the island, right? You remember one time when you have all these bad clubs from Montego Bay, Wadada, Seba, all these clubs, everything was just going, it was bad in this, in the West was just wicked football, to play. The island take a big dip, the whole island across Ireland. So if we're going to change football in the island and build from the grassroots up, we have to change the top of the parishes, them, right? We have to get out the man that in there for 15, 20 years and nothing now get done. The same thing. We have to change everything. We have to go and...
come in, leader.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, leader.
Okay, look here. I don't want to... I see his point, but what I want to point a finger at is the tier 2 that is now on, that the JFF have actually put in place, right? Which was actually being boycotted by CASAFA, because the tier 2 actually has a representative from each parish, which is one of the way it's suggested that can help the growth of the football in the various areas. So we have to look at that some things are being done, Everything not perfect, but there are some things that are being done, because the tier 2 is a good example, that you have at least each parish having a representative, and from that, hopefully, by the next 2 years, at least the tier 2 will offer some good representation of the talent within the actual areas. So some of them might not get to the Premier League, and it might still be skewed towards Kinsale, St. Andrews, St. Catherine, and Clarendon. But at least the tier 2, we will see a good representation of talent within the other areas like the St. Thomas, the Manchester, the Portland, who we might have some gems there, but we're not seeing them because they don't have the national stage of the Premier League. So the tier 2 will do, something in that respect.
Okay. So let me ask you a question now. Why did these guys from CASAFA object to the what you call it?
The tier 2.
Yes.
The tier 2.
I think it's reasons.
No, it's not. No, it's not just financial. Mannings, by having the tier 2, right? Normally, CASAFA would have an instant way into the Premier League, and their league would almost be a second tier. By having the tier 2, you demote the CASAFA, the powerful CASAFA league, to a third tier league now. And that's one of the things that was an issue. They didn't mention it. They did mention about, that, but they don't know. They took their decision based off of, you have teams that could have actually participated in the tier 2, but they took the consensus. They basically did the same consensus with what the CASAFA group said. But think about, there are teams that could have done it, but CASAFA itself, they have been constantly fighting against a lot of things that the JFF have wanted to put in place. So that is another thing. But the CASAFA would eventually have been down to a third tier league. And when it comes to getting sponsorship for their league, I suppose being people looking at that as a third tier league now, not a direct way to go into the Premier League, it demotes their bargaining power.
I see what you're saying. That's what you're saying. So basically, this is going okay. That's what you're saying now. All right. So, but there is something going on. Well, at least you know what I mean. There is something going on. You know. But the thing I may also do is say, you know, I'm gonna leave you guys right. If the parish councils are feeling that the JFF are feeling, parish president, damn man, you know, we all need to take a look back on everything else. This not work. You know, if we're gonna hold the JFF, you know, we need to hold everybody across the board, everybody, parish presidents, everybody has to listen. You've been in this post for how long, right? Show me what you achieved. Show me what you done for the parish. Show me, you know, apart from you have a nice house and a nice car. Show me what else. Show me some development. Show me something. If not, you know, you have to step down. The way that the way you call it process, you know, is run. You have to change so our next man can come in, you know, and just change the whole system. All right. Thank you, big man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for
my
points.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Blessings, Jeremy. Yeah.
Marins.
Go ahead. Yes.
I want to read something that came in the Observer. I don't know if you people have seen it.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, man. We cited stuff from it and Neo did, but go ahead.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't hear before. I don't know, but I'm going to just go, you know, verbatim, basically a good couple parts of it, where Tony James, he mentioned that okay, let me just go into a couple sections of it here, right? Listen now. From the GFF hierarchy, of which General Secretary Dalton Wint is said to the main protagonist. While both agree, Wint was in over his head in the position. They echo similar sentiments that the embattled administrator was a mere scapegoat used to cover the JFF broader shortcomings. Wint, who has been at the center of several controversial issues involving national teams, and I think they're talking about like with the under 15, when the JFF had a big fine for not turning up there, right? Among others, was again placed in the firing line as senior men's players demanded his removal after a logistical issue relating to travel arrangements following the country's CONCACAF Nations League match away to Suriname on Saturday, with the players at the time insistent that they would not take the field for 2 days return leg Group A encounter at the National Stadium in St. Andrew if Wint doesn't resign. He later indicated to the JFF board that he will step aside, possibly ending a tumultuous tenure as General Secretary, which started back in 2017. However, he has not indicated an effective date. But in a letter sent to Wint on June 6, listen now, signed by Ricketts, a copy of which was obtained by the Jamaica Observer, stated that it gave the assurance that once Wint's resignation letter is received, he will be fully compensated as per employment agreement with the JFF for the period, listen to this now, January 2020 to December 2023. Now, before I go further, Mannings, I'm going to ask you, I've never heard of a separation package like that. You understand? So I'm just wondering how would the JFF have tied themselves into something like that? Because for somebody going in there and having non-performance, you mean the JFF has nothing in there that they could have had an out if this gentleman doesn't perform?
Well, we discussed that already, that there is no, even the board members, don't know the terms of employment. That is the problem.
So who is it? No, really. And then no, the thing is now, you know, Mr. Ricketts signed this, right? But let me just go a little bit more into the thing here now, right? James is adamant that Wint should not have been blamed for the travel foul up and instead pointed the finger in Ricketts and Vice President Bruce Gaynor's direction. This is a name that we have heard. It doesn't matter where you are, people know that Bruce Gaynor has a linkage with the travel arrangements for quite a while now. Everybody knows, this I'm quoting again, that it's Bruce who handles the tickets. But if the general secretary is the person that says no, then he's going to be unpopular. But it's not the general secretary who should be saying no. Where's the president? The general secretary cannot take my blow. I am the president, so I have to step up and take my blow. But Ricketts doesn't listen. He should have gotten rid of Wint long ago. But because of the politics of the situation, because you know if he leaves, Manchester probably leaves with him. Mike is a very weak leader, James said bluntly. If you are not in control of football, you should step down. Right? So look at the whole thing, if you look at it, it's almost like there's an intertwining, right, of what's happening. Because obviously you have people that are being given positions within the JFF because of who they are very good friends with. Because Marins, you know what I'd like to know? Can somebody get an idea of the various travel parties over the last couple of years? Listen now. And outside of the people who did not vote for Mr. Ricketts, how many of those people have been on the various travel parties that have left? Because we notice, that a number of the travel parties, we are seeing a number of people, apart from the head of delegation, we are seeing a number of people being attached to these travel parties, and we are wondering what is their role when they go. You understand? We know the head of delegation what that person should do. And in the past, we normally always see a list coming out from under Burrell's time, even after Boxfield, you have the list of people who are going out all the while. But what's happening now is that the team is sent out, and you don't know who else is going. They deliberately don't include the various parish presidents that normally go, because who would have imagined that so many people that were non-footballing, had a non-footballing reason, went with the team to Catalonia? I was shocked when I saw the amount of people for a one-off match, for such an expensive venture. And then now we turn around a couple of days after saying that we want to put the guys into the JFF Technical Center. No, man. If we're going to cut costs, right, we cut costs right away. Because even with the local players, going to Catalonia didn't make sense. Call an entire team from Europe. We had Norman Campbell that is there. We had a whole heap of players in Europe that we could have called upon. And in the British diaspora, because they don't even need a passport to have played in that match. So we could have cut costs right there.
Yeah, what about so Jason says, hey leader, don't ask me that. You know that is coming from. But Unseen, what say you on the matter? Because you were going to say something and then you got the phone call. You're muted.
What is the phone call I got?
I was saying that Manchester High School always get players from different years. School, like mostly from St. Mary. Because I remember I went down there and played them when I was at Charlie Mount, and we beat them 2-1. Most of their players, and some of them were in the national under 17, under 15, were from St. Mary and stuff like that. So it's not like Manchester is doing well. Most of it is from other players coming there and building their football.
They come from Kingston also,
Yeah, they come from Kingston also.
Clarendon and so on. Take a number of people from Kingston.
Yeah, Severance down there and then you have Dookie. But TikTok is saying, Tick_Tuck is saying the whole thing is a scapegoating by people who want their job. So he's saying that there are some people who are pushing an agenda because they want the job of vice president and president and all of those things and general secretary.
What is the compensation, management? What type of compensation, apart from the general secretary that we now know is extremely rewarded for his services? Apart from the per diem and so on for the travel.
That's a lot of money still in real life.
What the general secretary gets?
$570,000. That's not a lot of money in present day Jamaica, man.
Hold on. Management.
More money than a doctor.
Doctors. And look here, and we're talking about somebody, is the person qualified for the position? Come on now, management.
Talking about, listen, what I am saying though, the figure is in real life, that's not, all right, calculate it in US.
No, we're not calculating US monies
We are
because look
Jamaica
here.
monies, man.
And that
Jamaica with them.
I know doctors, junior doctors, and people that have studied for years that are not going to be getting that.
Brethren, I see
Plus,
it.
hold on, manage man,
That is
manage.
3,800 US, you know.
How much?
No, manage. When you add in,
a month.
when you add in the per diem that he gets every time that the team flies,
Travels,
and
more
so
money.
it's significant. It's more money. No manage. There are a lot of perks that are in there, re-traveling and that sort of thing. Because a lot of these people, we notice they attach themselves to the teams when they travel.
Listen, they are. This is 3,000. Listen, I hear what you're saying. All right, me understand all of that. All I am saying is that $3,800 is not a lot of money in real life.
That's why you man is when you live in America.
You know, unseen. We know how managed bank books stay now, you know. So for him to talk like that, because that.
Remember, man is my run team now, center, you know.
Yeah, man.
2.5 million a year.
Hey, that don't have not to do with anything. But in real life, bro, it's not a lot of money.
Manage. We can help the funny thing, you know. For the GFF presidency, we just have to have the money. And it look like you might. One of the things, manage, that people are saying, Oral Tracy said today, is that the problem we have with the GFF is that we have people going in there who don't have their own money, and they are depending on the federation to be their salary. So we need people in there, like during the time when Burrell was there, at least he could do him own check and help out. The other day we had a problem getting a charter, and is the chairman for the JPL did his thing to use him credit card, and that's it. We need people who don't need the JFF to do their thing, to help to be in there. So maybe you, who seems like you have a lot of resources, man, can just help.
What's Sir Paul?
Card and charter a jet.
But Sir Paul, remember, you know, all them person that would have the money to run for the election the last time, I didn't even get elected.
No. The other person that went up against him, the first thing he wanted also was for the president to be a paid position. He wasn't looking to do that. No, we need some self-made people that, look here, let me use a quick example. I don't want nobody to go burn him out still, right? I remember that when last year, right, Mr. Speed was going on some of the trips. And a lot of people don't know that Mr. Speed paid his own way. He could have gone without paying, and he basically paid his way to go. And he make it, and one of the things with him, you know, people tell you that he might have an arrogant way about him, and the first thing he tell him don't want anybody say anything that him go take anything from JFF. So he paid his own way. You know? So we need people that not dependent on JFF to basically butter them bread. You understand? Sure. So that's one of the things. That's one of the things that we had with when he had Burrell. People say him arrogant and thing because he's full of himself, but he did not depend on JFF to put food on him table. Right? Likewise, we know Christopher Williams will prove right now with JPL. The man can help out and take out, assist the whole thing to the company and so on. You understand? When they had into problems.
I think he might be the right person right now.
What's that?
I think Chris Williams is the right person right now.
Yeah, but he already has something there. You have other people out there, you know. You have other businessmen. For me, I've told people Chris Derring has all the boxes ticked. Former national youth player, right? Former, this man organized the Cricket World Cup in the Caribbean. The man is a known businessman, Darren Bunton and Golden. You understand? So he is a marketing person. He have all the boxes ticked. But as I say, this is not something in my realm. I do have a choice in this. I do have a vote. I can't put up anybody. But if Mr. Ricketts does not want to go back, I don't know.
But if you go back, you're going to lose.
I don't know. We don't know. That's of course. Maybe why he makes sure that Mr. Wint, if you notice the article that I said, gets a very nice separation package that Mr. Ricketts signed off on. And I understand that it's creating a problem because the JFF, if we listen to what Mr. Tracy said today, a lot of people were not happy with knowing that Mr. Ricketts had signed off on something like that.
Yes, that's what I said to you. Say a lot of people. So Cassava out from morning. Him lose from morning. Yeah, that's what me saying catching out. Can't tell you that. A lot of these parishes, FAs are out. So it's hard for him win.
No, listen. The last time St. Catherine did not vote for him. Cassava, of course, did not vote for him. St. Mary did not vote for him.
So the five see them safe already.
Five.
They safe already.
So to be honest, those five never voted for him, you know. So that don't make a difference.
But there are 13 seats.
No. Yeah, but I'm showing you, if five didn't vote and somebody can pull two from who had voted for him the last time.
From the 8.
What's that? Right, two. You just need to take two. And then it swings. So, but the thing is, who is the candidate? Is there a candidate though that will want to go up and challenge him?
Of course,
because doing things, we can put up some names, but would the person want to do it? You understand? That's the question now, you know. Because the thing is, you know, you have people that are there now that are quite happy with the way things are going, you know, like it or not. Right? They don't have an issue with it. So, of course, there are people there that for them, in their mind, they are very comfortable with what is being done. But I think one of the votes that they would have thought they would have had that has gone a different way is St. Catherine. I think St. Catherine has switched dramatically since some time now, because normally Peter Reid was normally able to deliver it to whoever you might want to, but that has changed.
Peter Reid what?
Peter Reid, when he was the president, right? I think he's still on the board there. I'm not sure exactly
what. The finance department.
Okay, so you know, but one question that I really need to find from Manis, because Manis knows these things. All of these people that serve in these various positions at the JFF, what type of compensation do they get?
They don't know. Most, as far as I know, like the parish presidents. Well, they don't get paid.
Travel per diem. Let them get
right, and I think this is the issue. So here's my people. Here's my proposition. I've oftentimes said this. You have to put people with integrity, and people who are not desperate for money, and people who have money and not hungry for more money in positions, because they are really known true volunteers. In essence, people are motivated by a particular cause when they volunteer. There's what motivates you. I think what has happened with the football is that the time that the people who have jobs that pay them well, they don't serve their federations well. The ones who the federation pay them, they have to find a way to get money out of the thing. That is the issue. So I think there needs to be other things outside of just running the parish and somebody vote for you. I think there needs to be some other things.
Money's one.
Yes.
See, for me, you know, somebody have to come out with the document to show me that them people not get paid. Me not take the word amount for that. Yeah. Because
it might not be paid, you know.
A lot of people say that data will never get paid, you know. It's like that. Data will don't get paid, you know. You understand?
Really?
And no. Yeah,
no, man.
People say
it's been a paid position.
It's not a paid position.
I think he's one of the few employees. No, man, that has always
been a paid position.
No, man, the general secretary has always been a paid position.
Let me ask a question. Why these persons are on the board, right, and not getting paid, right? They only hustle. Because the hustling, when you go up on the plane flight, then forgot the match, we get the $300 US and stuff, right? And take the abuse of the funds. Take the abuse of the funds and sit there and get beat up. Why?
Okay, look here.
Leader.
What I can say.
Leader.
Yeah.
This Michael is asking me to ask you about Michael.
I'm going to pause like Michael Ricketts now.
If you're not aware, you say you're not aware, you know. You don't have to. You understand me?
Michael,
I can't comment on it.
I will say this on this
So
matter.
only Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson is a former reggae boy. He's part of the English setup. But a few years ago, this is before even Whitmore came on, he had expressed interest in coaching in Jamaica. Even before the whole Whitmore thing. So I know that he has always had a desire. In fact, before Paul Hall was the assistant, many people thought like he would have been the best person to come on, but it would have been head coach, and Whitmore was going to be kept as a head coach.
Darren Moore's name was also called, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And people are saying Darren Moore might have been a even more suitable person, but what has happened since was that I think Michael Johnson went to Guyana around the period when I think it also his name came up, and he went to Guyana instead. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I know he went to Guyana, right? And he was there for a while, and then he went up back to England, and he's with the England youth setup now. So he, in a way, he would be ideal, you know. But to be honest, let me tell you now, with what you will see Paul Hall building, and he has that type. Look here, it's not every coach that has certain things on paper, you know. We make that linkage with the players, you know. And right now, he has a linkage that bridges both local and overseas, and he's building something between without any type of xenophobia, you know, to the team. Everybody looking like one unit. So that is the type of coach you want here that bridges the gap between local and overseas. You don't want a coach that go in there that divides. You understand? Because you even have people with it, you're getting some of the division out, and you want to stamp it out and have that in. And that's why I say, for me, Paul Hall is just, this is his first team, you know. Like it or not, you know, all those other teams that were there before, you know, they were almost inherited, you know. This team here is almost the first one that he's putting together that has, you can see his stamp, and you start to see his gradual core in Blake, Lowe, King, Brown, Speedy and Ravel, and Leon Bailey. And let me tell you, people, yesterday Leon Bailey did something that I earned the utmost of respect for, and a lot of people don't even know what happened. Why he wasn't there, and he had to come, and he went right on. It is an ultimate professional player, and he has Jamaica at heart. Even with what transpired in Suriname, and he helped to keep the thing together with Paul Hall, believe me, Leon Bailey, Mannins,
yes,
asking a question. If you heard your wife and son was in a car accident and you had to leave, would you be able to go back to work and work the same day?
I did think that he should have been there, but I don't know if they should have allowed him to take the field. But I guess he wanted to. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that was a commendable thing. That was a big and commendable thing. I think he should have been given a standing ovation at the end of the game.
But the thing is, people didn't know about it. People didn't know. If it was mentioned, and I suppose people didn't want it to be known publicly, but you know,
no,
people, some of us did know.
No, man. I reported it while I was doing the watch along.
Yeah, but no,
everybody in the stadium don't know, man, as well.
Getting the stadium wouldn't have heard.
People in the stadium now watch along.
So people, you understand, them can't watch along. They never know.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean to the people them now?
Oh, yeah, watch along. I watch football at the same time.
You guys did not go there to watch the game.
Huh?
You never went there to watch the game.
So we never do.
I thought you went there to protest.
Protest at halftime when the game now plays.
Mannins. Look here, let me tell you one thing too. We go to protest, but you can't protest during the match and then next thing you have the players them and look up. You know, those things cause distractions too. So you have to know when to do it and how to do it. And as far as the feedback that I've gotten from the protest is that it went quite well.
So why when I said to you, it is not in me to go to a game and protest because I want to watch the game. You got people are coming at me.
Because man, it's at half time. It's not during the game.
No, all right. So when I said I cannot go to the game and protest because I have to watch the game, people are telling me that I was talking nonsense.
Oh God.
Man, it's a lot of people there want to head, you know. I can tell you, in the group, a lot of people start burn out some YouTube people and say, boy, now we see who loyal, who not loyal, all that sort of thing.
Oh, that's how me wake up and but that's how me feel so hot this morning, the man about me.
What? Yes. But I can tell you, hey, Antine, we look like we're going to turn over the group to you know, because if the name is a leader, we can't lead it indefinitely. So we're going to turn it over eventually. We just want to see the under 22. Listen, we want to see the under 22.
Tell you, I really that man. Tell you.
Oh yeah, it's a politician trainer. Huh? Yeah, man. But seriously, we want a group be like that type of pressure group to assist with what we can assist with whenever they have problems. And one of the things I see is that we need to probably help whenever they need help with like people that want to play for Jamaica, and we can here on the ground help them get the documents sorted out. Let's do it. You understand? And then now when everything is finished, then we get the things to the JFF. You understand? Because there are certain things that they might need from RGD that we can assist them with.
What is that?
Go ahead.
It's a CC, you know?
Yeah.
CC that is stadium, right? I mean, I say, CC, you don't come to the thing. CC say, I ain't buy my own ticket. You see me? Say, show them. Somebody say, CC, you see, like a burn out for this thing now. Burn out. You have to say, CC, I burn out. Because you talk tough about JFF, this and that. But you're not willing to come out and say, yeah.
But he had on his black shirt.
He never come all up now. Wait till everything done. When me reach back over film side, him and walk come with somebody. I come cross. Right? And I say to him, I say, yo, you never buy me buy my ticket, you know? So true, me get ticket now from the man that love the movement. All right, me have to go in there. And him not have to go in there because him buy him field ticket.
No man, unseen. Let me tell you the thing. It look like you have a lot of undercover sympathizers here that just them don't want to rock the boat. Yeah? They don't want to rock the boat, man.
I'm afraid people see him, man.
Brian want to find out. When I said to you guys, somebody start cuss me, say I be a grandstand me go, and me know what much in a bleachers and so not carry on, you know. But me tell you, so listen, it's not in me to go to the game. When you turn me off from going to the game, you know. Because when you start telling me,
you're not coming to Mexico either, right?
I'm gonna
you're not coming to Mexico's match either.
No, I'm gonna bleachers. Me not
no, man, I mean, you're not going to come because look here. How the idea is no. Anybody that does not come to the bleachers is not with the movement.
Okay, then if you want to say me not part of the movement, but a grandstand me I go for reasons that I will not say.
You have to be covered in black then. Man, you will have to be covered in black.
I have to go. I have to
ash and everything on your face.
At least.
Yeah, I have to go to the grandstand. Yeah, man, it's all right. But
make sure you're in black face, black clothes from head to foot, man.
Man, I adjust Brian now. So see Brian now, Brian try using brain from people. Brian declare, say him don't want to be a part of the move, don't want to be a part of the protest. You get what I say? So it's a different thing now from saying, because we explain to him and tell him, say, watch this now. We're not going to protest during the game. And we're not going to outside of the stadium. After I'm going to come hold up the banner and you go back and you see you watch a football game. What is hard? What is hard in that?
Huh?
What is hard in that?
Understand that people protest different ways.
But we tell you how our protests go. No, so if you have a different way you want to protest, we can't help you.
That's fine, but you can't help. The man want to help. Me, I help you. So when we come and we talk and we get people go to the protest. I mean, that is a support.
How much people they get to my protest?
What do you mean?
You arrange bus?
Almost everybody who
man is man say arrange bus, you know, I see one bus that come from St.
Listen, no, that's not true. Listen, that's not true. A number of people were there from St. Anne's. A number of people came from St. Anne's.
Because you see the man now, I go part it. You see man, I diss me program. You see I diss me program leader.
Man, let me tell you one thing.
We have a call.
The amount of
Coming in.
impact, yes.
We have a call coming in.
Yeah, man.
Good afternoon. Welcome to I'm Sure Sports. Geez. I feel like we don't get the call. Hold on. Man, I check girl in protest, man. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, caller. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Good afternoon. Sorry about that.
Yeah, afternoon. What's up?
Yeah,
I'm on live?
Yeah, man, you're live.
Okay. No, one thing I was, just, in between work, I hear bits and pieces of the show, and I heard somebody, I don't know if it was addressed, saying that they disagree with Mr. Speed, saying that JFF should look after players' passport.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like informed, perspective, and I think, you should try and do that. People should try and do it also, because from a layman perspective, I don't know the intricacies of the operation or the guidelines of JFF. It is practical for JFF to be undertaking players' passport, you understand me? Unless it is like under extenuating circumstance. For example, you have a particular player that you have, interest in, and they have equal interest. You understand me? So if you have a common interest and then there's something that is preventing that process from happening, then you can intervene to expedite the process. You understand me? But for anybody, I mean, England is a big place, not to mention, you understand, Canada, wherever, you understand me? Anybody who decide that that say, oh, I want to play for Jamaica, but I don't have a passport, let me contact JFM. No, you contact immigration. You understand me? I think that people who are interested on a regular basis, you understand me, should seek to get their passport sorted out. I don't know what you think about that.
I think all right, so let me say the good thing is that there's Hello?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man.
Okay, so a couple of things is that one, I think there are things the federation can do to expedite the process. Because normally there are persons who are working with the players, like a Devon Porter, Ian Campbell, and many others who are working with the players. All right. But there needs to be a lot of research. All right. Because I know of at least one case in the past, a person, very talented player who played for Jamaica, that it was revealed afterwards that he has no connection with Jamaica whatsoever. All right. So there is, when sometimes when the things is left up to people, you could have cases where passport and stuff are presented and the person may not have legit connection to a nation.
Come on, but management, that is not JFF responsibility.
No,
that is immigration. How could that is Speaker's immigration company?
So follow me, right? No, man. I'm not saying it is a JFF responsibility. What I am saying, there are cases where it is important that the JFF gets involved in the process, because if the process goes haywire, it is the Jamaica Football Federation that will receive suspension and not PICA. And for that reason, they must be involved at some level, even at the stage, to ensure that the information is accurate.
Yeah, but management, I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm not sure if you listened to what I said, because we seem to be going in the same path and at the same time going off on a tangent. Because initially I said that there are situations where it may be required, but not on a wholesale basis.
Okay.
You can't just, let's say hypothetically speaking, I am living in England. I think I am good enough to play for Jamaica. And I say, listen, I need to get me a passport. And the first person I contact, that's what it's being, that's what I seem to be suggesting here. That seems to be suggested here.
Okay.
Or somebody in a program say, oh, I know this guy is good. Jamaica in JFF need to get them passport. That's not how it works. They're ministries for a reason, and they're agencies for a reason. You understand me? So if JFF take on that duty, to be assisting with passport for every and anybody, then some party's gonna get burnt, and then we're gonna back to square one. We're complaining about the inefficiencies of JFF. You
No,
understand me?
but Carla, what I'm saying, what we have said, we are not saying, well, on this particular forum, you have people like Cranky, many other persons who come on. His particular one where we speak about the recruiting strategy. So let me give you an example. If we approach no, I'm using somebody who I think is higher than Max Aaron. Say,
Ivan Tony.
Ivan Tony. All right. Say, and he says, yes, I am interested. So remember now, we are suggesting that we recruit and put most of our effort in recruiting at the highest level. So say you see 5 targets in the Premier League as an example. You have the meetings, you discuss stuff with the players. When it comes onto the passport as a means of making the players want to commit, you help them with the process. Because that's
fine, but Manix man,
yeah.
we just I hear talk about life this morning. So we just wasted 5 minutes of the precious time of life because we are just repeating the same thing over and over. That's what I said. If you have a common interest, then I have no problem with that.
So you're disagreeing. You're disagreeing. What you are doing is disagreeing with the people who are saying just randomly go out and get people.
Fine. That's what I'm saying. You just randomly get and then expect the JFF now to go and look passport for them. It does. I don't think that is so. Moving on real quickly. The other thing is what I'm observing is that I see where a lot of people are passionate about the operations of JFF and the inefficiencies and all of that. And everybody coming up with ideas and all these things. And from a little bit here, said too much rat never dig a good hole. You understand me? And sometimes even the best of intentions may end up being spoiled. You understand me? So I'm wondering, why is it that, I know this is difficult. I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way, but may have my disappointment when it comes to us as Black people already. So I know it's difficult for us as Black people to work as one. You understand me? And I've observed that where this YouTube thing is concerned, I'm surprised that of everywhere and any form of thing, I'm surprised that YouTubers fight against each other when there are billions of people that visit the internet daily. This is called the World Wide Web, not Jamaica Wide Web. World Wide Web, where your potentials are limitless. So when you fight against each other, you understand me? And the big cake is out there. That doesn't even make sense to me. But
so who is fighting? But Carla, but who is fighting?
No man, no. I'm just suggesting. Come on, man. You have heard people, talking against each other on different platforms and stuff, and I find it disappointing that instead of coming together and reaping the benefit of the World Wide Web, you're in this little space trying to fight for a little corner when the big entire room is right out there to be taken. But that's for another conversation. But what I'm saying is that in terms of people who want to think, why not come together and have something like, like a voluntary group called Jamaica Football Watchers.
But what I'm saying is that, and you always come back to this, and no matter how many times I tell you that people are doing that. So just and I said that. So I agree with you that that needs to be done. Even earlier today, I said that. Listen, there's a group of persons coming together, right? And the purpose of that is to help with all of these documentation things with the players, recruitment. When tickets, Maxwell said it. When tickets need to be purchased, to come to raise the money to help with all of those things. And then there's also plans for former footballers to get. So there are things happening. There are things. It's just that, and Cranky said it the same day. Hold on. When we and Cranky were talking, Cranky said this, that there's some aspect of the operation that must be overt. Some of it needs to be covert. Not everything can be discussed in the space because you're seeking to engage the people in leadership, and you can't be you can't be putting together plans, for example, to bring correction or advancement without having dialogue with the people first. It would not be good to put all the plans of what is happening behind the scene on these forums.
Management.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if the telephone system is translating whatever it is that I'm saying at the other end. But you seem to be totally disconnected from what I'm saying. If you just allow me, then maybe we have a comprehensive knowledge of what we're
you know that I've said two things in the 10 minutes, but I'm going to allow you. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
Fine. No, what I was about to say has nothing to do with what has very little with what you're saying, right? I'm not talking about, because not everything is about engaging the JFF. Football is bigger than JFF, brethren. You understand me? So what I was saying is that, can I, right? I'm not saying you're not doing it. This is a question. Is there like a Facebook page, right? Probably called Jamaica Football Watchers, where I can go on it and without even have to be calling the program or whatever. I know I'll already subscribe and I watch your program, so that's not a problem to you. We'll be diverting the traffic from your program. But is there like a Facebook page, like probably an Instagram page, whatever? Because we're living in the world of technology. We probably call Jamaica Facebook, Jamaica Football Watchers, wherever, where we can, support or do whatever. You understand me? Are you planning to create like an account or something where, or you have designated people for different roles? So you have an organized body. You understand me? Where I'm not talking about the covert thing that Cranky talking about. Fine, I'm not talking about any of that. Is there an organized body where it can be pointed out? So listen, this person, if you need to speak to this person about that, you can talk to the person about that. This is the person you reach out to. This is the Facebook page. You can send them a message right here. Is anything like that being arranged, sir?
Yes, that is being arranged.
Okay, sir. That's all I need to know. I'll listen further and keep myself informed.
Right. And did I think when you called the last time, did I give you any information about what we were doing and how you could at least get connected to that part of the process? Because
I was disappointed because I didn't get a text.
You didn't get from me?
No,
I didn't say
I didn't get a text from anybody. So it seemed like Patakos about that.
No, listen. If you didn't get it, because you know what, I even told the person you were supposed to contact them, but that would have been my error. So I will make sure that would have been my error. So I take full responsibility for that, because they were expecting you to reach out to them. Because I told them that I gave you the information, but apparently I gave it to somebody else. So
but yes, so you see what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm really sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
So you see the need for that organized structure and the transparency that I'm talking about.
No,
I would be needing for anybody to reach out to me.
No, but
I knew that I could go on Facebook or an app. No. Somebody could create an app.
All right. So Ron,
you understand me?
But Ron, all right. So listen. Remember, all right. I don't know about anybody else. I'm in like. I have not been in this space, though I've been involved in football. All of these things have sprung up from the issues with the football. Now, though people were, because a lot of work was being done by individuals before even this whole YouTube thing, from the time of Dean Burton and Paul Hall, people have been working behind the scene. As of recent, we realize, like you, a need to be structured and organized. One thing that was done, that a group was formed of people in WhatsApp, and they got tickets, they wore black, they went to the stadium, and they demonstrated. That's one aspect. A next group was formed where tickets were purchased for players, and there is a move afoot to see if a chartered flight can be organized. So while we don't have a name and we don't have board of directors, we are not a registered company, because those things take time, because it's people from all over the world who have an interest in football in general. While those things are not in place yet, and it is important that they get in place, we are going to do that. In the meantime, there are things that needs to be done that we are doing. So it's twofold. One, like I told you as well, that we have one person who has taken on the assignment of assisting the federation by constructing bylaws and a new constitution, that just to propose to them to look at to see if it can include more modern bylaws and practices that are more global than what we presently have. So there are many things that are on board. Now, you are right. Maybe someone needs to start that Facebook watches and those kind of things. When we identify someone with expertise, we say, go ahead, and we endorse it and support it. So if that is a field of expertise that you have, then listen, maybe you're a godsend to the system.
That's not my field of expertise, sir. But what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that with all these, I'm listening to all the ideas, and a lot of them are very good ideas. But my point is this: you see, as a unit, nobody's gonna really take you seriously. You understand me? Because one man over there is to say this, one man over there is to say. So basically, if you're not singing on the same tune like that, even if everybody are good singers, you understand me? If you don't harmonize, it's not gonna be music, it's gonna be noise. You understand me? And right now, what I'm hearing is noise. Even though all of you are good singers, but I'm hearing noise. It needs to be harmonized. And that's all I'm saying, my brother.
Right. All right.
And I don't think that's a negative thing.
No, man, it's not a negative, but I
have to run. I have to run.
Yeah, man, bless it. But I beg to differ still. Yeah. Yeah. People, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? You don't just get up and start a foundation and it happens tomorrow. You don't get up and do things. Things must be properly structured, organized, vetted. If management is going to be a part of anything, you need to not just see me and know me in this space. We have to be wise. Seeing me in this space is not enough. We need more than that, right? And at the end of the day, listen, every vlogger, and I mean people, I've seen the people in England have major conflicts in their vlogging space. Not saying that should be replicated in ours, but everyone has a different mission statement or objective for their company, right? So if a man don't want to be involved in those things, that's his I've never seen look how long these things have been happening. I've never seen a coalition of TVJ, CVM, Sportsmax. I don't see them working together. So sometimes the truth is the demand that are placed on the vloggers is tough. Again, not because you see me here, it means that, okay, management is, yeah, man, no. If we're going to do this, people need to vet me outside of the space to ensure that, see, caller calling back. Yes, caller.
Yeah, I am sure. I had to call back because, and I don't think I'll be calling another program again because it seems like I speak a different language or something. I'm not talking about vloggers. I'm not talking about vloggers. Vloggers.
All right, hold on, run. Hold on. So here's the thing, right? I think you want to be understood, but you don't want to understand. So nothing. You will say. Let me just finish, please, because you have as much time as you want. All right. All I'm saying to you is, on the occasions that you have spoken to me, you see the stance that you're taking. The stance you have taken is that, listen, I'm not going to call back. Why? Because if you believe you're not being understood, though you're proposing that we help. So when I then say I disagree with the next vloggers and I don't want to be a part of it, you're saying that we need to come together because we're making noise. I can say the same of you, because you're just making noise because you get to a point where there's disagreement. You hear me?
But yeah,
Right.
man, I'm hearing a lot of
Right.
it. But
So we come to a point where we have.
it's just coincidental. Hold on.
Why?
It is just coincidental that what I'm saying is this. I'm talking to you, the same thing that I said to you just now. If I met another person at a gas station, I would say to them. If I met another person at a restaurant, I would say to them. It has nothing to do with vlogging. I'm speaking to you as a Jamaican to a Jamaican. It is just coincidental that you are talking about the thing that I have interest in and other people have interest in, and it is on your platform right now. I could have met you at Shell, at the church, at the bar, and we have the same discussion. I'm not talking to management, the vlogger.
Not at
I'm
the bar.
talking
Not
to
at the bar.
management, the Jamaican.
Not at the
So
bar.
I'm not expecting all vloggers. I'm not expecting all vloggers to come together. I'm speaking to Jamaicans, whether you're in England or wherever. I'm not expecting vloggers to come. We're not business about vloggers who come together. That's a full of business. You understand me? Me talk about Jamaicans. You understand me? That you don't have nothing to do with vloggers. You understand me? Not at all for doing vloggers. I'm not business about vloggers. I watch each program on its own merit. I don't care who want to come together and do whatever. That don't have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, man. All right, cool.
I'm talking about Jamaicans.
All right, so let's move now and get to the salient point. So what I'm saying to you is that what we agree on, because you and I agree that there needs to be a formalized structure, right? Where a person like you would know direct steps that will lead to direct actions. All right? To bring about change instead of just being, which is true, instead of just being all over the space, the place. What I am suggesting though is that this YouTube space in Jamaica is not a 10-year, 5 year thing. Given the time that these matters have come up in the JFF and they have been ventilated in these spaces, I also believe that while there is no formalized structure, informally, there are many things going on until the formal structures are implemented. The formal structure, the implementation of the formal structure is presently happening. It may need to go at a more rapid pace, but I believe it is happening. So my question is, do you want to be involved in something like that? And what role do you see yourself playing in bringing about the kind of changes that you think all of us as Jamaican need to bring to the footballing landscape and not just the JFF?
All right, can I go ahead?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, number one, if you notice, I didn't put a timeline on it as if it should have been done. This is a suggestion or more like a question, you understand me, or an expectation, because obviously I'm oblivious to as to what plans are there. So it's more of a question, you understand me, or a suggestion, depending on where you look at it. You understand me? Secondly, I cannot come and say this is what I'm gonna contribute when I don't even have an idea of what is there. Then you may have a duplication or over duplication of duties. That is why, first of all, I would probably rather you have like a structure or a basic structure, and then where I put forward my thing, whether on a Facebook or whatever. And I say this because this is the era of social media. You understand me? And I put forward something, then a person may say, you know what? Yeah, that's good. Or I'm better at that. Let me do it. I'm say, okay, no problem. You understand me? So unorganized people. I can't just randomly put whatever. You understand me?
So what I'm
that's what
asking you is
saying.
that
It should, or if you elect somebody who has more experience in football, I'm just basically a supporter who has more experience in football and the intricacies and what is needed to propel whatever outside the formal body, which is JFF, which we still have to acknowledge them as the main players. You understand me? With that, this would be more a supporting role.
Yeah.
You understand me? Voluntarily.
Let me ask you this question because I like where you're going. Have you ever been a part of the establishment of any foundation? Because recently, like Eagle Republic, one of the persons here, he said, listen, which is where you're going. And I'm saying these are just no thoughts coming that there should be some like a Reggae Boys Foundation. Those things are being planned, but when you look at how it was to be established in the States, there were some difficulties that would make it happen. Maybe it is best to happen in Jamaica. We have someone who is an attorney who can guide us along that path. Again, my question is, all right, we are at ground zero. There is no established thing yet, except that we have come together, like-minded people, to help, to make a difference in many ways. My question.
You have answered my question.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So my other question to you though is that, do you have any sort of knowledge in what it entails in establishing a foundation or a supporters group or club that can facilitate some of the things that you have in mind and what so many like-minded persons in this space would like to do? Do you have any knowledge of that? Are there principles that you learned that you could be a part of a group or present to us some sort of document, a draft statement, a draft thing to look at to say, listen, if you guys want to do something, here are the 4 steps, here are the 5 steps, here's what you can do. Do you have anything like that?
All right. In terms of creation of such a foundation, no. However, in terms of involvement, I've been involved in Rotary Club. You understand me? Yes. You understand me?
Okay.
Right. So I've been involved in, social clubs and stuff, but not creation. You understand me? So I'm listening, and as you guys decide, to organize whatever, and I'll watch. That's why I watch the platform so that the information can come. And if I don't get information I want, I ask, and you have answered my question.
But
so
what I'd love you to do, if you
have...
what I'm challenging you to do is, right, you have my number, you have the number for the show. What I'm challenging you to do, because other persons, like I'm saying, they're formulating other documents. If you have, even if it's from the Rotary Club, if you could take those standard, those standard principles that they have in terms of formulating it as a group and say, listen, here is what it looks like. Here is the structure in terms of leadership and stuff. And if you could have that, then that's part of the process.
Yeah, I have no problem with that, brethren, because I like my country, you understand me?
Okay.
And I think you guys are right. The football is in a shamble. And I mean, there's a lot more corruption than just JFF. And, and as a people in Jamaica, we need to take a stance. And maybe this is one avenue in which you can inspire other people, where other persons who are in corrupt organizations, including the government, people can start, this can be an eye-opener. So I'm seeing it wider than even JFF, which is why I'm so interested in it, because Jamaica has so much potential beyond just football. You understand me? Economy, reggae, everything, dancehall. You understand me?
Yeah, and there's okay. Somebody
it's like we're stifled by this corruption.
See, somebody just saying here that Kyle, I think this is Kyle Wallace, has a Reggae Boys supporters club already. So,
but you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm hearing all these things. I want to just focus on one. You understand me?
Okay.
I say, okay, this is, you understand me? This is it. You understand? Because I've been said too much rat that they got good hole, brother. You understand me? And it's going to be chaos. Me never want chaos. Me not like chaos. So if me know, say, listen, but if I'm going to watch a match, I know me go up and what is something, whatever plus the channel there, and that's where I watch all the matches. You understand me?
Yeah.
If I want to donate or contribute anything, I know I go here to do it. You understand me? You understand me? Just like how each of you vloggers have a different approach to things. Watch and get certain particular info. I go to this channel, I go to that channel. I don't mind the indifferences, which is why I was a little bit annoyed about when somebody misinterpreted me. That makes it for us to come together. Everybody has to be different. You understand me? Now, as the different areas, I want to focus on one organized, formal structure, and then we can come together. I'll contribute in whichever way I can.
Yeah, man. All right, Ron. So we'll be in touch. Hey, sucks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right.
No problem, brother. Respect,
right,
man. Cool.
All right. All right. right. Whoa, I don't even know where to go in the comments now. Big up Ishmael, big up all the persons who have joined. Um, yeah, I don't know, but let's see. Whoa, this is saying that is the Reggae Boy Supporters Club active? Never heard of them and haven't heard of what they have done. The news network are not organized and they provide information to the general public based on personal agenda. We, the viewers, decide which channel to watch. The same thing with the vlogging world. That club is based in New York. The club has been around since 1998. Just trying to help the GFF. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get this Anthony Mack, right? Because, yeah, this is the ticket information. So, good information here about the flight to Fort Lauderdale to Tegucigalpa, that in Honduras. All right. Invalid assumptions. I think we had Neo is saying that it is still active. I think we have a couple of calls that were coming in. I think we have one here from see.
Sorry, the phone number was not found.
All right. So if you're calling, we had somebody calling in from London, but we're on the next call. So if you're calling, you can call back. The line is free. I have a few more minutes before we close. So if you are calling and we missed the call, you can call back and share your thoughts and give your feedback. There are also some what they call those games. The tier 2 games are on today. So if you're calling back people, you can call back now. The line is empty. Yeah, and share your thoughts and your feedback. Yeah. But good show. Yeah. Yeah. So there was someone calling from the UK, the United Kingdom. You can go ahead and call back, and I'll just leave it open for you to call when you are ready. I think somebody was asking about this whole about me and going to the game. Yeah. Hey, so the comments sometimes, so the comments sometimes, and the person when you're calling, listen. These one thing I know is that the persons who are in this here, they don't. Conrad Smith says, "Manage, if you're going to protest, you should have the banners up right through the game, and then you ask players to come hold the banners. That would make a great statement." There's okay, that's a good point. All right. They're not getting a passport to go on vacation. All right, so cool. Let me give you a next thing. I think somebody was talking about when I go to the games and get content. You can ask any one of the you can call any one of the ask any one of them who have been at the game. Ask even Military Guna. Ask Brian. Ask who I've interacted with at game. Ask the this and that guys. They have seen me at game. Coach Minzy have seen me at game. Ask them. I watch the game, people. I'm telling you. So you notice, look at my channel. Check and see how many interviews and stuff I get at Jamaican national team game. Because that's not just my style. Right? I think that's what somebody was suggesting, that, how I do it. When I go to the game, I watch, I take notes, I write down things, I look at movement, I draw diagrams. So it's very difficult for me to, like I said, to demonstrate. So I will support the effort, but yeah. That's just me, and I'm not saying that other people can't. But when I go there, those are the things that I do. That's why I say it's difficult for me. Yeah. Yes, guys, when I'm there, Virgin, man, listen, there you go, sir. So you're here. When I go to the game, I don't even want to do, I don't talk. All right. So one of the reasons why I work with Unseen is because I will get Unseen to the game with me, and he will do the content because I can't do it. It's very difficult. There were interviews, and it was also in one of the print medias. I'm not sure which one of them, but it was covered though, and it was seen. Yeah. All right. Oh my. So we missed that call from outer London. The person seemed not to be calling back. Though the line is empty. Yeah. So yeah, it's tough for me. So that is why. That's the only reason why the demonstration thing or the protesting for me is hard to work. You see that? Yeah, we need a right back. We definitely need a right back. Yeah. All right, brethren, we can't deal with it. We can't deal with this. We can't deal with the sensimania. You understand me? We can't deal with the sensimania and the tobacco, and then when go squirm on a rain down. But listen, I've had bad experiences in, so can't deal with the bleachers thing. You understand it? You know. Hey, one thing, the person who go by the name TikTok, from the one coming at the comment, the man go hard. You understand me? This one that afraid. TikTok underscore talk. But that's how put them. We need more English talent. Bell and Ravel were very good. Jamal had a very quiet game. I think, yeah, man. Bell Ravel was good. Ravel was good. Jamal was good. Junior Fleming was good too. I think Amal Knight played well. I think we need, for me, this is my opinion. All right, I don't beat ballers, but we need a CDM. Jamaica needs a CDM and a right back at minimum. I think wingers. I think we have enough quality wingers around. I am assuming that Ethan Pinnock is going to at some point come back and partner Damian Lowe, and that should be our centre back partnership. You understand me? And I believe, honestly, that there are at least three players from the U20 team that going to come into the senior team. And I'm telling you again, on Friday, I want the U20 team to play against the national team. And charge some money, man. Charge $1,000 and say proceeds in aid of the U20 team trip to Honduras. What do you think, people? Isn't that a good plan? $1,000 to watch the game. That's not a lot. Good game. The national team plays against the U20 team. See Omari Hutchinson and Zion Scarlett. That would be a hot game, Dexter Lembiskia, Tyler Roberts, Kanaya Boyz Clark. So man, me I lose them game in the senior squad. You understand me? Christopher Pearson. It would be good. Bedley Morgan. Yep. Hey, listen. This U20 team is going to be a good team. Good team. Yeah. The CDM, you know that from the training that I had view of, the CDM is one of the CDM is Lem Biskia. I think they played him in CDM and he looked very quality player. And I think he could go into the national team, right? I think he's good enough to play in the national team. That's me. I think even Kanaya Boyz Clark is good enough to be in the national setup at this time. I think Tyler Roberts can be in the national setup. That's just me. You understand me? I could be wrong. Yeah, but we need I think if Ethan Pinnock comes back and play with Damian Lowe, we can be okay with that. Yeah, but people, when you hear the phone ringing like that, it's an important matter, pressing matter. Yeah. You know what though, KS? Let me tell you this, KS, you're talking about capping them. All right, let me say this to you. These kids, I spoke to them. They, how do I say it? Like, I don't think after this, they're not, like, there's any way that they're not going to play for Jamaica. Like, at their present, based on how they talk and their commitment, these kids, once they play in this U20 tournament, that's it. We just need to track them and don't let them fall through the cracks. Like, we need to stay in touch with them and keep bringing them back. You know, maybe you have a window, you bring in 4. You have a next window, you bring in 4. You have to keep them active. Because I think they're going to qualify for the Youth World Cup and have a good showing in the Youth World Cup. That's the confidence I have. TikTok says, Manningsman, with his current physique, do you think King will approach his potential? I think King needs to leave Jamaica this summer. Whomever he signed with needs to get him out of Jamaica to further his development. All right? I think he needs, that's what I'll say. He needs to leave Jamaica to further his development. What I will say, people, is they are, in this summer, there are at least 4 players in the JPL who are leaving, probably even before the JPL season finish, to the European market space to play for teams that already qualify for Europa League and team to play in the playoffs to go to Champions League. 4 players in the local Premier League now. So they are, by summer, 4 players in the local Premier League will be moving into Europe, right? At least 20 players will be playing in teams that are already qualified for Europa League, and the other 2 will be playing in the qualifiers for the Champions League. Yeah. King injury, I hear it's a serious injury now. I hear it's an ankle injury. So it could be out for a time. Yeah, so nobody with that. When Southgate calls and point out the advantages, things may change. We can't even fly them straight to their destination when they will be in luxury. All right, KS, listen, we can differ in opinion, that is your opinion. Like I said, I met them, I've spoken to them, I have dialogue with them. And yeah. But that's your opinion. You believe that, you say nobody is with that. That's fine. My opinion is different from yours. And I have my reasons why I believe so. Yeah. IQ Sport, bless up. Yeah, man is man. Any report on King injury? Yeah, I hear it's a serious ankle injury. You know that ball that he dribbled down the middle that led to the goal that Junior Fleming scored? Yeah, when he passed that ball, the player kicked him. The officiating was bad in the game. The officiating was was bad in the game. The 4 that I'm speaking of doesn't include an anonymous OG. That I can say. If he's going, I have not gotten those reports. Big up Foreign Spider. Foreign Spider, long time you know do none of them little thing there, you know, we're supposed to do with the video, you know. I understand you just drop off of the scene, say, brother, what's going on? You know? I hear your TikTok, but like, you know, like how we say like Ravel show something, like how Mariapa showed something. You know, sometimes you have this doubt whether certain players will stay or will they switch or kind of a thing. All right, it is different. It is different with these players. I can tell you the ones that I had to deal with, I'm telling you that they are committed to the cause. They are committed to the cause. And I have reasons that I will not disclose here. Is it impossible for them to switch now? You must also remember that 2 of them, before they came to Jamaica, they got called up for England. And stuff was presented to them. And they still opted to come and play for Jamaica. So it's not like they didn't have the option. 2 of them had the option of being in the England under 21s. So if you have other information, good. But that's what I know. Yeah, any word on Kido is injured. So when he recovers, I think he's going to be involved with the senior team. Jamaica needs to make a formal complaint. Yeah, yo, I don't know. The officiating was, where is the official from? All right, Hutchinson was at the game, and he's supposed to be a part of the U20. He's a part of the U20 squad. He's named in it. So remember, I did say Paul Hall in the press conference said that his passport was not sorted out yet, but he and his family are here. So that should be sorted out. Because the citizenship part is done, is just the passport. So you figure they are here in Jamaica, it should be sorted out. Generally, when the players are here, the citizenship part is done, getting the passport, once all the paperwork are fine, are kind of okay. But one of the good persons you can find this out from is Mr. Ian Campbell, who probably is more, he's closer to the situation and is better able to say some of these things. Yeah. And Jason, we just need to believe in the youths and show them some appreciation. They will still. There you go. Hutchinson is going to play for Jamaica. Yes, sir, he is. He is going to play for Jamaica. Yeah, TikTok, I understand that, but let me tell you something. All right, these guys, like I wish that you could see some of the, instead of like the people who go to the game, they should show you some of the interactions with the players. Because you can tell sometimes, by how a person adjusts to the culture, how it is. The officiating was biased in favor of St. Cyril, and many calls, especially in the first half, were not called for Jamaica. Yep. All right. So Omari should be in the senior team. Omari can be in the senior team, but Omari would not be a sure start in the senior team. If all the players are here, if our best players are selected, it would be hard for him to break into the starting 11. However, he should be in and around the senior team. That I agree with. But he should still play under 20. He should play under 20 and be available for the senior team. Like I said, there are also 3 other players who I think can do that. They're in the U20 team, and I think they should be in the senior squad, but they must play under 20 because we need to go and perform well in this. Yeah, man. This is the same ref that give Low the red card? This isn't, I never even know that. You sure? KY, you sure? You sure? You sure are them look alike? It's a Costa Rican ref. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mexico game, people. Have to go to the Mexico game. Paul Hall is, and this is why I want to think, one of the reasons I think it's important that Paul Hall stay. He needs to deal with some of these things, I think. I think he's the best person to deal with them, Lloyd. That's the problem. We often form opinions of things we are not so close to, and it confuses. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me say this. KS, where you love to see, but Omari doesn't play that there for Arsenal. Listen, I watch Omari Hutchinson. I'm not saying that he can't play number 10, but I don't see him playing in those positions for Arsenal youth team. Even in preseason last season when he played for Arsenal, he played as Arsenal played a back four and he was the left back. When I watched under 23s, when he was playing in the under 18s or under 17s at Arsenal, he never played in the number 10 from the games that I watched. So I wouldn't take him and put him in the international football in a number 10. No, what? All right, kids, we're not going I can't manage it at all, yeah, brother. But all right, so you said the man's skills are transferable. All right, boss, I'm not going to challenge this. If Maggie don't get to Ravel mobility and size up, he will get close to his. Oh, if Maggie don't get to Ravel mobility and size, he will not get close to his effectiveness. Yeah, but Maggie has also been out of action for a while. So let's see if he can. I think he needs to get a club. He needs to get a club. I don't know who is his agent or his handler. He needs to get a club where he's playing regularly. Not no far tier, like fifth tier or stuff, but even if he has to step down one level to get a club where he's playing competitively every week, that would be good for him. You're not going to survive in international football at that age, not playing any club football. All right, people, we just have a few more minutes to go. Yeah, so remember, we're going to try and push this game on Friday, you know. U20s versus national team. But U20s me a bet pan, you know. We not put no bet here, man, because I want to get too aggressive. It's just, it's a book club. Even if it's a book club. Do what Junior Flemings did. He moved to France. He was in the second tier. And many people are saying that, wow, look how Junior Fleming has improved. Maggie needs to move. He needs to move. You need to be playing, Maggie. You need to be playing. Yeah. All right, people, listen. Before you exit the stream, as usual, I ask you to hit the like button. Let's see if we can get it up to a minimum of 150 likes before you all go. It has been a good day, close to 3 hours. It was good spending the afternoon with you. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to share with you the thought that we shared at the beginning of our stream. All right, big up all the moderators. Listen, I have some moderators who they really help me. They really, you know what I appreciate. We really have to time out people because of improper comments and things. So I'm very grateful for your attitude and behavior, because the truth is that there are people of religious beliefs that watches the content and listens to the content, and then if the people in the comment section are putting language in there that can be viewed as abusive in any way, then it becomes a problem. So I'm very grateful that in our discourse, even when we disagree, there is a level of respect that is shown by you all, right? So really, really appreciate that. Thanks to all the moderators. Some of the moderators, them not moderating them cussing but like Lighter Cod and Fresh God, always punching in the like thing, and the rest of them like Jason, yeah, brother, I'm gonna give Jason a hammer because he's not using the range. You understand me? But let me end with the thought that we began with. It said, when a bird is alive, it eats ants. When the bird has died, ants eat it. One tree can be made into 1,000,000 matchsticks, but only one match is needed to burn 1,000,000 trees. Circumstances can change at any time. Don't devalue or hurt anyone in life. You may be powerful today, but time is more powerful than you. All right. So big up, bless up one and all. Instead of hurting people, find a way to add value to people's life. Yeah, man. Bless up. Have a wonderful day. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. Yeah. The squad is going to be released today. And like I said, I actually gave you the squad in the show, When I did the show and I came back the next day and said, this Duncan McKenzie replaces Kamali Powell. That is the squad. You actually have the squad. Yeah, you have the squad. But if it is released, we'll put it back out so you can get it. All right. Yeah. So blessings. Take care. Be safe until we meet again.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.